Greetings and welcome to the Reparenting Daily podcast. In this podcast, we'll dive deep into reparenting, exploring all of the tools and resources that you'll need to help you along your journey. This podcast is divided into 3 sections. The first is a daily reading. The second is a discussion of the reading followed by suggested journal prompts. And the last section is a peaceful meditation for closing. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from whenever and wherever you're joining us today. I'm so glad that you're here as we continue on this journey of self-expansion and growth. If this is your first time, welcome. Before we dive in, a quick reminder. Like, share, and subscribe to this podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. Your support here helps spread the word and grow this community of self-reparenting. Now for a few updates. First, I'm excited to introduce our Patreon community, where for a small monthly fee, you can join us for 3 weekly reparenting support meetings. Sundays, we have a guided meditation for emotional grounding. On Tuesdays, we have a book club discussion for deeper discussions and growth. And on Thursdays, we have open topic conversations for real-time support on any topics that may come up. You can find all of the details about what's included in this community by going to the Reparenting Daily website and checking out the community tab. In addition, we now have a WhatsApp support group, a global network of fellow travelers available anytime you need encouragement, guidance, or a simple connection. This is just one of the many ways we're building a strong, supportive space for your reparenting journey. The next announcement is that I've just released my first few books. The first is the Reparenting Daily Journal, a structured 365-day guide to help you work through reparenting day by day. Starting in 2025, each month focuses on a key theme with weekly sub-themes. The Reparenting Daily podcast episodes align with the journal, making it an interactive and immersive experience to help you stay focused and ensure real progress this year. Now for the next announcement, I'm thrilled to introduce Fairy Tales for Reparenting Daily, a collection of 3 books inspired by Jungian analysis, mythology, philosophy, psychology, and most importantly, the work of Marie-Louise von Franz. These short, simple stories are designed to help you reconnect with your inner child and experience healing through storytelling. What makes these books unique? Well, at the end of each story, there's a deep dive analysis exploring its themes, explored by journal prompts to help you reflect on how these lessons relate to your personal journey. All of these books are now available on Amazon, so go ahead and take a look and support this project. Reparenting is a journey of growth, iterative change, and continuous improvement. Much like nurturing the bonsai tree, it requires patience, care, consistency, and attention. Thanks for being here and supporting this work, and for committing on your journey of self-expansion. Now, without further ado, let's dive into today's practice. Today's reading is a blog article from the Reparenting Daily website. Just as a reminder, we're in June, and the theme is Cultivating Self-Worth and Self-Love. We're in the first week. Yesterday I said it was the last day, but actually today is the last day, so sorry about that mistake. This is week 1, June 1st until the 7th, the last day. And the theme for this week has been Understanding Self-Worth. This article is entitled Building Self-Worth Through Self-Validation, a Ground Zero Guide for Survivors of Trauma, Neglect, and Disconnection. If you grew up in a dysfunctional, alcoholic, or emotionally neglectful or abusive household, there's a good chance no one ever taught you how to relate to people. Not just how to make friends or be nice, but the deeper questions. What does it actually mean to relate to another human? For many of us, the idea of relating to someone is confusing, overwhelming, or perhaps threatening. It might feel like trying to assemble a puzzle you've never seen before, using pieces that simply just don't seem to fit. You may try to be kind, helpful, or friendly, but underneath there's a growing, gnawing sense that you're not really connecting. Or perhaps you've shut down completely and not even sure where to begin. This article is for people starting at zero who didn't grow up having healthy relational models, people who are now adults trying to figure out how to be human in a world that simply never taught them. Self-validation, and why does it matter? Self-validation means acknowledging and accepting your own internal experience, your feelings, thoughts, needs, desires, and reactions, without requiring external approval or permission. It is not about pretending you're always right or perfect. It's about treating your own emotions and thoughts as real, legitimate, and worthy of attention. For people who grew up in abusive or neglectful homes, self-validation often feels completely foreign. When you've been taught that your feelings are too much, your needs are burdensome, or your opinions don't matter, you internalize that message. Instead, you learn to gaslight yourself before anyone else can. And so begins this pattern of seeking worth from the outside while diminishing yourself from the inside. Self-validation is a process of breaking that pattern. It's how we build self-worth from the inside out. So why is it so hard to self-validate then after trauma? In childhood, self-worth is shaped by the mirror of our caregivers. If that mirror was cracked, abusive, distant, dismissive, or absent, we never learned to see ourselves clearly. Instead of being taught that our emotions are normal and manageable, we were ignored, punished, mocked, or manipulated. Over time, our internal compass was replaced by shame. As an adult, this can show up in many ways. You might constantly second guess yourself. You need other people to tell you that you're okay. You might panic when someone disapproves of you. You don't know how to comfort yourself when you're hurting. This isn't because you're weak or damaged. It's because you were simply never given the basic tools of emotional security. Self-validation is one of those tools, and you can still learn it. So what self-validation sounds like? Learning to self-validate means developing an internal voice that sounds like, it makes sense that I feel that right now, that I feel so overwhelmed right now. I have the right to feel what I'm feeling. Just because they're upset doesn't mean I did something wrong. I don't need to explain or justify how I feel. My opinion matters, my boundaries matter, my pain matters. This doesn't mean you shut people out of your life. It means your worth is no longer on the auction block. You become the primary validator of your own experience. Thank you, and that's the reading for today. You can check out the rest of the article for an exercise in the conclusion. Hey guys, welcome back. Today's reading offers a powerful framework for healing self-worth by learning the practice of self-validation, especially for those who grew up in homes filled with trauma, neglect, emotional disconnection, or perhaps just early chaos. For many survivors, emotions were dismissed, needs ignored, and vulnerability punished, perhaps leaving you without a foundation to understand or relate to themselves, let alone to other people. Now, this absence of healthy mirroring makes it hard to believe in one's inner experience as valid. This tends to lead to chronic self-doubt, shame, and emotional instability. Self-validation is presented as a radical and necessary act of reclaiming one's inner truth, building a relationship with oneself not based on performance but on presence and permission. From a reparenting perspective, self-validation is a key behavior because the inner loving parent. It replaces the punitive or absent voices for childhood with the voices of compassion, curiosity, and emotional attunement. It simply says, you matter, not because you did something impressive, but because you exist. As you name your feelings, honor your needs, and affirm your reality without apology, you restore your internal compass and create emotional balance. This process strengthens your sense of self, allowing you to form more authentic, grounded relationships, beginning with yourself. As we go into the journal prompts today, number 1, what feelings have I dismissed or minimized today? What would it sound like to validate them instead? Number 2, what's one message I needed to hear as a child that I can say to myself now? And number 3, how does it feel in my body when I speak to myself with kindness versus criticism? What does that tell me about what I need more of? That's it for today. As always, thanks for being here. Take care of yourself and please do be well. Welcome back. Welcome back. Now, this is the third and final section of the daily podcast. This is your silent meditation. Please go ahead and find a space where you can be comfortable and undisturbed, where you can relax and spend some time with yourself for this 10-minute silent meditation. You can choose to be sitting, standing, lying down, or in whatever position makes you comfortable today. Take a moment to simply be with yourself. Focus on your breath and gently connect with each part of your body. If thoughts arise, don't let them overwhelm you. Just observe them without attachment. Imagine them as leaves drifting down atop a river, passing by without needing your engagement. Stay present, grounded, and open to this moment, no matter what time you are listening and practicing this meditation. Namaste.